you see that I have put on the table. What do you think our story is going to be about? Can you guess? I'll give you one guess, and I'm sure you're all going to get it. Yes, our story is going to be about a birthday, and we're going to find out whose birthday it is. And of course, we know that all of you have had birthday parties, either at home or in school, or maybe in Dandy Bear, or Chuck E. Cheese. Everybody has had a birthday celebration someplace. In fact, I think you wrote about it in your journal about the best birthday that you had. Remember last week you wrote about your birthday? Well, we're going to read about a little raccoon's birthday. Well, let's see, is it a raccoon or is it oh no, it's a chipmunk, excuse me. A chipmunk's birthday. And her name is Tidbit. And we're going to be looking at some of our service words. All right, the first one is easy. Long E, silent A. We've had these many times. Gone, on, gone, heard. Now here, the E and the A do not follow the rule that we usually have with a long vowel first and then a silent one after. This is the sound. This is written as almost as if it was IR or ER. Notice the word ear. He heard with his ear. This is the word, try to pronounce it. It looks like it could be the short U sound push, but it isn't. It's push, push. It's kind of stretched out. Then here we have the would, could, should family. The L is silent. We hear the D, but the OU is not the one vowel saying its name and the other one silent. It's an sound. Would, could, should. It's something we just have to remember. And some of our new words, brother, everybody. This is the word floor. This is an aw sound. And the word very. These are our words that we're going to be looking at. There will be a few more, and I will point them out to you as we are reading. We'll put this down. Now let's look at our story, which is called Ice the Cake. Okay, we know that this kind of a cake is a birthday cake. We're going to look at some of the, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I put the words brother and floor. Those are the second chapter's service words. We'll be coming across the vocabulary words as we read it. I kind of thought something was strange, but you know, we're all tired, we're all upset about the situation, so I guess Miss Rosalie can make a mistake once in a while. Not too often. But anyway, we're going to be looking, and we're going to read the title of this chapter, and it's called Tidbit's Birthday. And we're going to find out what needs to be done to the cake in the story, and whose cake is it? Also, we're going to be finding out what Tidbit is doing since it is her birthday, and why her mother is walking out the door. And look at her 3 brothers. Her brothers are here, and their names are Champ, Nipper, and Gus. And what are they doing? They have a bowl in their hand, and something is hanging over the bowl. It looks like what? It looks like icing. Okay, so let's read the page, and then I'm going to be asking you some questions. All right, let's see some of the words that we might find that you might have trouble with. We have the word creamy. We have the word bottle, hurry. I think you could sound those words out when you're reading it. Okay, and I think the rest of the words are pretty easy. So would you take time and let's read Tidbit's birthday and look for the answers to the questions that I kind of sent you. Okay? Start reading. Okay, I hope by now that you finished reading the page. And let's look at some of the questions. Since it's Tidbit's birthday, what is she doing? Where is she? Yes, she's sleeping. Remember, it seems that she is a baby. How do we know she's a baby? Read the sentence that tells me that she is a baby. Aha. It says, give her a bottle of milk when she wakes up. So we know that she is not a big girl. She's not a 3-year-old because 3-year-olds don't drink from bottles. Okay, so she's taking a nap. All right, now, what will her brothers be doing? Her brothers are going to be babysitting. And what else are they going to do? What is Mother telling her to do, or telling them to do? They're going to be icing Tidbit's birthday cake. That is their job. Where's Mother going? Well, she's going out. And she's going out the door. Oh my, should 3 boys be babysitting their little sister who is so young that she needs a bottle? I don't think so. Who else is going to be there? Right, Dad. And Dad is outside working in the yard. So there is an adult there. But the 3 boys are in the house keeping an eye on that icing and their little sister who is napping. Okay, let's turn to the next page and find out what's happening. All right, I want you to look at the picture and I want you to see what 2 brothers are doing. And when you're reading, find out what Nipper and Gus want to do. And what happens when they are doing what they're doing in that picture. And who seems to be the brother in charge. Okay, you're going to be coming across the word haven't. The word grabbed, notice the double B. It's a short vowel sound, and when we add the ED, we have to add another B. Otherwise, it would be graved instead of grabbed. And I think all the other words are easily deciphered. You have the word splashed. Stomped we've had before in other stories. All right, so read it and let's think about some of the answers to my questions. Start reading. Okay. All right, what's happening with the 2 brothers here? One that's almost on the floor and they're pushing and pulling. Okay, what does Nipper want to do? Nipper wants to be the first to put the icing on the cake. How does Gus feel about it? Okay, he says he's tired of never going first. And what does he do? He yanks the bowl. All right, and now, who happens to come in? And Champ comes in and takes the bowl away. And what does he tell them? He says, you haven't even washed your hands. And that's what he is concerned about. Remember, they just got home from school. So the boys naturally will race to the sink. Now, if they're pushing and pulling on the bowl of icing, they're going to be pushing and pulling at each other at the sink, aren't they? And you know what? They didn't even dry their hands. Let's go to page 101. We're going to be looking at the word swirl. and shrill. We've had these words before. We had them the other day when we talked about the family. Okay, who grabs the bowl first this time? Remember, Nipper was the one that grabbed it first. Okay, and we find out that he's going to, what is he going to show everybody? What is he going to be a show-off? And what does Nipper do? Okay, first of all, let's look and see. Okay, Gus reached the bowl first this time, and he's going to show off and show everybody how he's going to swirl the icing to make it pretty. And then Nipper does what? Oh, he's going to be tugging at the bowl too. And Champ comes in and says, what? He tells him, stop! You're dripping water into the icing. Apparently they haven't wiped their hands. Uh-oh, what's happening in the next room? In the next room, we hear that Tidbit is crying, and Champ sets the bowl down, and he goes in to try to see if he could rock Tidbit back to sleep. And he tells them, we're going to take turns. We have to have teamwork. This is a story about teamwork. If you don't have teamwork, then something is going to go wrong. And we've already seen that the two boys are fighting. So the two guys go off to dry their hands, and Nipper, what does he do? How does he wipe his hands? He wipes his hands on his shirt. And then he starts to stir the bowl again. Okay, let's okay. All right, let's turn to page 102. All right, we're going to find out why Gus is upset. We're going to see what happens to the bowl and what is the problem at the end of the page. So start reading. You're going to come across the word whimpering, which is like a little cry, like a little dog will go, or a child when it's not really crying and it's just wanting a little bit of attention. It's kind of a whining sound, but it's whimpering. And the word giant. Okay, start reading. Okay, after you've read, let's find out that now Nipper has the bowl, and he did put some on top of the cake, and he swirled it, made it into a creamy peak. Now, how does Gus feel when he sees what Nipper has done? He's upset because Nipper didn't wait for him. And what does he do? He jerks the bowl back from Nipper's hand, and they tug and tug, and what happens? Bang! The bowl fell on the floor. It's a good thing it wasn't a porcelain or ceramic bowl, but it was a metal bowl, because otherwise what would have happened? Yeah, the bowl would have cracked into a dozen pieces. And then Champ comes back and says, what was that? And what does he see? On the floor is a giant puddle of pink icing. Oh my goodness. Nipper and Gus gulped. What is Mother going to say when she comes home? They had to do something fast, and we will find out tomorrow. Do they get away with it? Do they become friends again? Do they have a birthday cake for their little sister? Well, we'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out. Close your books.